You have to go to school and learn. What will you do in life if you don't get education? He asked his son. Satish heard snatches of his words. Snatches means part of the conversation. Okay. And finally agreed to go along to the new school. Okay. So the father, Avatar Narayan, who knew the importance of the education, so he says, Satish, that you have to go to school and learn. Okay. And what are you going to do if you don't go to school? Okay. So all these things, whatever Avatar Narayan was telling to Satish, he was able to understand partially. Okay, snatches of the words. Whatever the father was telling to Satish, he was able to understand part of it. Okay, and after a lot of persuasion means act of convincing. So father tried to make understand Satish what is the significance of the education. So after a lot of convincing, that is after a lot of persuasion, Satish agreed to go to the new school. Okay, but this school didn't want him for the same reason. This is a school for normal boys. Why don't you take your son to the school for deaf and dumb children? Asked the headmaster of the school bluntly, unfeelingly. Okay, Avatar Narayan was angry. So Satish's father, Avatar Narayan, convinced Satish that he has to go to school. And what is he going to do if he doesn't go to school, and how his life would be? So later on Satish agreed to go to the school. But here, when he had gone to the new school to take the admission for Satish, the headmaster, he said bluntly, unfeelingly. So what did he say? He said that this is the school for the normal boys. Okay, headmaster said that the school is meant for the normal boys and it is not meant for the deaf and dumb children. So this line, that means this words, deaf and dumb, and it is not meant for this deaf and dumb children, made Avatar Narayan very angry. Okay, so next paragraph. My son is not dumb, sir. His hearing is a little bad. He is under treatment and will soon be fine, he argued. Who argued? Satish's father, Avatar Narayan, argued. Why did he argue? With whom did he argue? When headmaster said that the school is meant for the normal children and not meant for the children like Satish, where they cannot hear and speak. So these words made Avatar Narayan very angry, and he said that his son, that is Satish, is not dumb. Okay, and he also argued with the headmaster, saying that he is undergoing a treatment. That means he is taking the treatment and he will be fine soon. Okay, he argued, but in vain. Okay, in vain, without success. He tried to convince and make understand the headmaster that he is going taking the treatment and he will be fine, but headmaster did not accept him. He did not give him the admission. So all his attempt to take the admission in the new school went in vain. That means without success. Okay. Other school had the same to say. So like this, they tried several school. Avatar Narayan tried several school to take the admission for Satish, but all their attempt were in despair. Despair means they lost the hope, because when the school had refused to give the admission, so they lost the hope that Avatar Narayan lost the hope that he will get the admission in the school, and they have to return home back. Okay, so father and son returned home. Okay, next paragraph. Though Avatar Narayan felt shattered. Okay, shattered means heartbroken. Okay, completely broken. When did he shattered? When the schools refused, when he lost the hope that he will take the admission in the school for his son. So when he lost all the hope, what happened? He shattered. He completely broken. Okay, he wouldn't give up hope, but he did not give up hope. He was optimistic. He had the hope that he has to do something for his son in order to give him the education. Okay, after the unsuccessful expedition, what is meant by expedition? Journey of journey for purpose. Okay, expedition. What is their expedition? Get the admission in the new schools, but unsuccessful expedition. So what is unsuccessful expedition? They failed to get the admission in the school. So after their unsuccessful expedition to the school, Satish became very moody. Okay, so moody means like you could see that when you are not happy, that is whenever they tried several schools to get the admission, but when they refused and when they failed to get the admission, so what happened? Satish became very moody. Moody means frequently changing the behavior. Okay, so he couldn't talk freely and with anyone because he was unable to hear the single word. So he became moody and he began to sit in one place and he was not talking with anyone because he was not able to hear. Okay, and his brother Inder Gujarat, you know, no, that he is his brother. Okay, so his brother Inder sat for hours. Okay, sat for hours with him. Okay, with Satish Gujarat. Inder, Satish's brother, he sat with Satish and talked to him. Okay, taught him the words and pronunciation. So as he was sitting alone because he had that hearing impact, so his brother Inder had spent some time with him, teaching him the words and the pronunciation. Okay, unable to hear the taunt. Taunt means teasing or remark, intent to hurt someone. Okay, taunt. Okay, so intent to hurt someone. Okay, so unable to hear the taunt and teasing of the children in the neighborhood, Satish even avoided going out to play. That means you know that what is his problem. That is he is having a hearing impairment. That means he is not able to hear. So because of this, people were laughing. That means the children in the neighborhood were making fun of him. So in order to avoid this taunt, he even stopped going out to play. Okay, so this paragraph says that he was shattered, felt shattered. So next paragraph, his father and Inder spent time with him. With whom? Satish. How? By talking to him and also teaching him things. And you have learned in the previous paragraph, like Inder was teaching him the words and the pronunciation. So father and Inder engaged Satish by teaching him and talking with him. Okay, if you want to get on in life, you have to read a lot, and you can learn a great deal of things just by reading. His father told Satish, giving him an armful of books. Armful of books means a lot of books. Okay, his father said that he can get a lot of things in life, and also he can learn a great deal of things by reading. Okay, and saying so, he gave a armful of books. Armful of books means a lot of books. Okay, Satish lived through them. Underline those words, children. Lived through them. Lived through them. Through them means read carefully. So Satish read carefully. What did he read? He read the books that was given by his father. Okay. The life of Garibaldi. So what books that Satish got from his father? He got the book of Life of Garibaldi, translated into Urdu by Lala Lajpat Rai. So he got book of the life of Garibaldi written by Lala Lajpat Rai, and he also got the book of Munshi Premchand, Sharat Chandra and several others. So like this, his father provided him some books. Okay, the books of life of Garibaldi written by Lala Lajpat Rai, and he got few books of Munshi Premchand, Sharat Chandra and several others. It was as if the whole world opened out for him, and Satish became a voracious reader. Voracious means, as you learn in the Ambedkar lesson, that Ambedkar was a voracious reader. That means he was very eager to read. Okay, as he got the books, okay, Satish got the books. What did he do? He began to read, and he felt that his world is just by reading the books. Okay, so and he began, as he got more and more books, he became interested in that and he began to read them. Okay, and he took a great interest and read them carefully and became a voracious reader. Okay, And the books, however, were all serious books. That is, whatever the books, the life of Garibaldi, Munshi Premchand books and Sharat Chandra, all these books are not a simple books. Okay, they were all very serious books. Serious books, which meant it is only for adult. Okay, and it is not meant for 8-year child like a Satish. Those books were very big book, and it was a thought adult books, and it was a thought provoking, where which only adults can read and understand. Okay, but they made him feel, that means they made him feel, the books that was given to him made him feel depressed and left a deep impression. Impression means a feeling upon his sensitive mind. Sensitive mind means very eager mind. And he came to know another world through them, a world of suffering, anguish, and he brooded. Brooded means he began to think deeply about something and hard about why there was so much suffering in the world, while his own world looked comfortable in comparison. So he read we got the books. Like as I told, the books were not meant for the children like Satish. Satish was 8-year child, and these books were mostly meant for the adults. So these book had left a deep impression on his mind. Okay, and so all the books he read were very serious about the sufferings of the people all over the world. And when he compared to them, he brooded, that is, he began to think that his life is much better than all the people who are suffering so much all over the world. Okay, so this is what he got from reading the books. Next paragraph. Okay, another bout of fever struck, and Satish was confined to bed. All he could do was sit and stare out of the windows or read, and he felt lonely and full of despair at his plight. Plight means situation. Despair, loss of hope. So what happened? So look at the plight of the children. That means the plight of the Satish. He got again bout of fever. That means again he was struck by the fever. Okay, so again he has to confine to bed. As he got the fever, he was confined to bed, and he had to be in bed, and he could not even get out of the bed, and all he could do is that sit, okay, and stare at the window. So it means stare out at the window. Okay, and as his bed was kept near a window, so what he can do, he can just see out into the garden, or he could read the books. Okay, nothing else he had to do it. And he couldn't hear also. Okay, so he was deaf, so he felt lonely and feel of despair. That means he lost the hope, and he gave up the hope, and he felt his life was hopeless, and that was his situation.